So we were then accused of not governing when he never sent us the program bill. So I think what we have to do today is take a step back as Republicans and Democrats and come to an understanding that we're all supposed to be part of this process. You know, as I travel the state, there are people concerned. 3 men in the room. Patterson from New York City, Smith from New York City, Silver from New York City, Kruger from New York City, and Denny Farrell from New York City. Now, I think it's appropriate that other parts of the state have something to say about the process and what goes on in Albany. So I would urge you, Majority Leader Smith, to go back and reflect upon that first conversation we had when I called you to congratulate you on becoming Majority Leader. And the first word out of your mouth was, again, thank you. And the second statement was, I need you and the Republicans to govern with us. We are prepared to do that, but we can't do it unless we're part of that process. And it goes beyond us. We understand we're in the minority now, and if you want to tweak us, do whatever, that's fine. We understand that. But today, Senator Valesky, I was speaking, Senator Orbatine, I was speaking to the Central New York manufacturers who, when I laid out to them, and many of them from the western part of the state, some of the things that were happening today in terms of the Power Authority, covered lives taxes, and other things, they said, well, why didn't we, meaning them, know about it? And I said, well, didn't you go to your representatives? And I believe they said, oh, we spoke to them earlier today. Well, I said, didn't they tell you about this? And he said, no. So I said, my suggestion is, rather than let me bore you, why don't you go back and talk to Orbatine and Valesky and let them tell you what's in this deficit reduction plan. So what's important as we move through this process? And you wanted to do a message of necessity, you could have done it tomorrow, you could have done it Thursday, so at least you could have had some semblance of pride in the fact that what you've been talking about in reform started on the first day of this legislative session. So I'm going to, Madam President, I thank you for the courtesy of recognizing me. I'm going to vote against this legislation. I'm going to vote against it because it is anti-job creation. It is legislation that will attack the affordability of health insurance, and it is going to be counterproductive in terms of creating jobs throughout the state, especially upstate New York, in districts such as Senator Orbatine and Senator Valesky. So thank you very much.